All right, let's get to work. Every one of us at some point has been wondering, I've done all of the homework, I've done everything I'm supposed to do, I got my college degree, I went through the hard times, I studied, I got the job, I got the promotion, I'm making money, I got my family. Why do I always feel like we're just on a razor's edge? And it doesn't really matter how much money you make. Didn't matter how many bonuses you got, how many pay raises you got. Why is it flowing this way? And I'm smart, why can't I figure this out? I've heard that question 1,000 times, and the answer is always different for each and every one of us. For most people, we all start with our belief system. What do you believe about money? Is it enough to go around? Is it that I need to go out and hunt and destroy in order to get my fair share? What is your money belief? Number one. Number two, what is your money identity? Because based on your belief, you're going to say, hey, if money is scarce, then I'm going to do everything that I can to hold on to every penny. But when you're holding on to every penny and you're still trying to live that lifestyle, because there's lifestyle creep, the two mesh and they don't max out. So what is your position? My dad always taught me that money doesn't grow on trees, so money was scarce. So in an effort to fight that, I became a money manager, right? And then even becoming a money manager, I still frivolously spent more than I was supposed to. And it wasn't the Joneses, it was just, hey, I've earned this lifestyle, let me live it. And in earning a lifestyle, you buy a bigger house when you get a bigger raise or a bigger bonus. But you don't think about the facts that you really deserve freedom of choice. You deserve the opportunity to not stress out and be awake at 1 o'clock in the morning about money. So what does it really mean? Your financial identity. Are you a drifter? Are you a stabilizer? Or are you a survivor? Because those are the first 3 levels that we all have to overcome. And the real goal is not financial freedom or being rich. The real goal is to be solid. It's to know that you have everything covered, no holes in your plan, and you can begin to build a real net worth, a real financial foundation. With the goal, of course, that one day you can retire, one day your assets will be working for you versus you working for them. So we need to understand that we have to get where we really are. And we have a financial identity quiz for that. It's in the link in the description. But once you know what it is and you can identify it, now you know where you stand. And anytime you want to go somewhere better than where you are, you need to know where you are and you need to know where you're going. So the next goal, of course, is to map out what do I truly want? And that is something that you actually get and you write down. What is it that I truly want? Not in the future, not in the past, right now. What do I want right now? And you write that down, and then we begin to identify what's holding you back. What are the obstacles that have been holding you back? What beliefs do you need to change? And once we get past the beliefs and the obstacles and we're clear on who we are, there is a roadmap just for you. It begins with a system. It begins with a change of belief. And then we overlay those two on exactly where you are. And we take a system and you understand that you're more than just a budget, right? You're making big money. You don't need a budget. You need a strategy. You need an ongoing living strategy that's going to maneuver with you. And how do you do that? Well, you set up a 10-year plan and you work yourself backwards to today. What do I need to do today so that it will fulfill my 10-year plan? I can still have life today. I can still eat, drink, and be married today without sacrificing everything. And most of the time, people who are making that kind of money, a couple $100,000 with checking their bank balance to see if they can go swipe a card for groceries. The real issue is credit cards. It's the debt scenario. We bought too much house. We have too much cars. You can't do anything about some of those without taking a really big, massive hit. But what we can do is identify who we are, and we can control the very next purchase. We can stop spending on the credit cards and start to reassess where our funds are going, because you're going to get another bonus. That bonus is not spent yet. I know all of your past bonuses have been pre-spent. I know that you've allocated those dollars before that money direct deposited in your account, but we're going to treat that money like it doesn't exist. We're going to cut off lifestyle creep, meaning that you're constantly keeping up. Oh, we've been waiting to install the pool. Now that we have our bonus, we can do that. We've been waiting to go on this big trip to Europe. Now we can go do that. And instead of doing those things, we're going to focus on being less stressed financially. So what do we need to do? Hey, we need to have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses stacked up in an emergency fund for our protection, for our greater good, to protect us against illness, to protect us against job loss. This is being a little bit more fiduciary responsible, being a good steward, strategizing, and giving yourself the freedom to begin to annihilate debt. Because once we have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, we can focus all of our efforts, all of our extra energies on vacation and living today, and we can spend every other dime annihilating debt. Because if you're paying $1,000, $2,000 a month in interest income on credit cards, you're fighting yourself. You want your money to make you money. Meanwhile, you're paying somebody 29% interest. That's the issue. And we're going to overcome that, because this channel is all about being practical. It's all about eliminating the nonsense and the noise and riding right into the storm head first, knowing that we're going to come out on the other side and we're going to be better for it, stronger for it. And we know that once we do this, we can begin to teach our children through example, through our verbs and our words, right? You're not saying we can't afford that, we can't go there, we can't do this, or seeing you upset and stressed out when the bills come in, when the mail hits the door. This is all part of the generational change of transforming your day-to-day living, your check-to-check lifestyle, into a lifestyle of freedom. We use a 24K operating bridge because the operator is our highest financial identity. And that's where you really want to be, right? The drifter, the survivor, the stabilizer, the builder, and the operator. Don't you want to be an operator? It's time. It's your season. So let's figure out how to take your income, your expenses, create an emergency fund in your savings, rearrange your priorities, focus on the things that are necessary today, and let's get to work, because actions without works are dead. And we're going to put our actions and our money and our mouth and our mindset to work. Let's get it. I'm Derick Gant. Be your best. Bring your best. Leave nothing to chance.